I went to Kiev, and while I was there, my husband, Kamran, smile for everybody, he was also there, and I decided I really wanted to go to Babi Yar. This would be the first time in my life that I would visit any place related to World War II, the Holocaust, anything. I didn't go to Auschwitz. I didn't go to the Holocaust Museum at that point. But I was going to go to Babi Yar because it was just 2 tram stops away. And Kamran said to me, well, I'm really worried. I don't think you can handle it. This is going to be very emotional. And I said, no, don't worry about me. I'm not a sentimental person. I'm tough. I can handle it. Don't worry. We're taking the tram. I'm like, I am not worried. Nothing is gonna bother me. I am tough. There is nothing that this place can tell me about my past, nothing. And I went and I walked out, and it was just kind of this, rambling park. It's a place where, let's see, exactly 76 years ago today, more than 34,000 Jews were killed, or were brought. 33,771 were killed. And it was the first of the mass killings of World War II. And it happened on the most important holiday of the Jewish year, which is Yom Kippur, which is today. By all rights, I should be in synagogue, praying for my, praying and repenting my sins, but I'm here. I'm here because I feel like this story is so important. And this storytelling community is my community. So I imagine those people, they were meeting, they didn't know where they were going. 10 days before the Nazis had occupied Ukraine, they came to Kiev. They put up posters telling Jews where to go, where to meet. They said, if you don't show up, we're going to shoot you in the streets. They expected 5,000 people. 34,000 people showed up. They had their children with them, their suitcases. They were thinking, I'm sure they were thinking, oh, where are we going now? Another relocation, another home. We're always looking for that space, that safe space. I'm sure they weren't thinking that the next day they would all be dead. They arrived to this space. They're led through a maze of ravines. I wondered, why didn't they hear the bullets? Why didn't they hear the shooting? And then I realized it was a time of war. There was shooting all the time. Of course they didn't hear it. I'm walking through the space now, and I'm thinking of them, and I'm looking at the first thing I see, which is this really idiotic sculpture of a doll with a broken neck, and I'm like, ugh, what a bunch of kitsch. How can you do that? That is ridiculous. And then I'm walking through, and I see this memorial, the heroic memorial. It is like a giant thing, like these people who died here were heroes of the revolution. They're muscular. No, they were children. They were women. They were pregnant. They were sick. They were old. They were young. They weren't heroes of anyone's revolution. And I'm walking through and I'm thinking, no, this place, it doesn't mean anything. You're not going to feel anything. Fuck it. That's it. And then I see this, historical village they just built with, like, it's a fake little old-fashioned church. And I'm thinking, fuck you, church? Fuck you. And then I'm walking and there's a cross. And I'm like, fuck you, cross. What are you doing here? This is my space. And then I see a menorah and I'm like, fuck you, menorah. What are you doing here? This is ridiculous. And I'm walking and the pain is filling me, and I'm like, don't you dare feel anything. And it's coming up through my feet, and I can feel it coming up inside me, and it's filling me with the prayer, the Jewish prayer for the dead. And I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's in Aramaic, and I'm thinking with each step I'm saying, Yitkadav Yitkadash Meiraba, and I'm walking, and every step the prayer is coming out of me. And I just am like, where is this coming from? Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of prayers, and it's all I can feel. And I think today, I stop, I'm standing still, feeling these prayers move up through me. There's a pigeon right there. Both of us are just standing, looking at each other, me and the pigeon. And I'm silent, and all of a sudden, it occurs to me that this happened 19 years before I was born. 19 short years, the distance of one teenager between me and these people. And I thought, this teenager, she could have been my mother. She could have been my babysitter. Maybe I would have grown up with her children. Who knows? And then I think, oh my God, this happened during Yom Kippur. Like, at that point, I wasn't thinking the date. And I realized, wait, I was born on Yom Kippur. This not only happened 19 years before I was born, but it happened on the day I was born. I mean, the same day. And the way that the Jewish calendar works, that every 19 years, it comes together again. And here we are, now, 76 years later. It's my birthday tomorrow. Thank you. And it's also this memorial for them. And I really, every year I have to remember all these people. And I want you to remember them with me. And for that reason, I've bought everybody some vodka. And you can go to the bar and you can get yourself a vodka. And I would love it if you could just drink to life, l'chaim, and say a little, just raise your glass to all those of us who survive through all this pain, through all this moving, and through this never-ending search for home and a safe place. Thank you. Oh, now I'm going to cry.
Tori.
Yes. Krishna.
How many people? How many voices?
How many voices?
These prayers, how many people died on that spot?
33,771. On one day, they went on to kill many more people, Roma, Jews, forever. And then, near the end of the war, when they realized they were losing the war, they burnt the bones so that they tried to erase any record of what had happened there.
Thank you for your story.
Thank you.